My name is Bob from Bob's Workshop. I went to a train show last month and I found a Plasticville Switch Tower. It's small, but it's a two-story structure. So what I did was I cut it in half and I made two buildings from one. So this episode, I'll show you how I painted the upper half and turned it into some sort of passenger station or maybe a freight platform. It kind of looks like it should be alongside a boat dock, but it's alongside some train tracks instead.
Has it been a month already since I scored big at the Lakota Freshman School train show? I already made a video about cutting one Plasticville Switch Tower and making it into two new buildings. That was mainly possible because the used kit I bought for $5 came with two roof sections. Cutting the old building really wasn't too difficult, and constructing the two separate buildings was made easier with the use of sheet styrene and plastic strips from my local hobby store. Sometimes I like to build new furniture from broken dining room tables or pallet wood that I've found on the road, but when it comes to model building, new materials make customization a whole lot easier. So here is how I plan to use this structure. It will be some kind of unloading area at the end of a rail line, which hopefully conveys some sort of Austrian Alps kind of vibe. Today I want to paint it, and my first instinct was to make the railings and the window frames white. Most houses around me have white windows, and the railings were already white, which probably accounts for my original thinking. If you look at old wood, it tends to take on a silver or grayish color if it's outside and left unpainted. I'll tone it down just a little bit with another wash of thinned black acrylic craft paint. It looks dark when wet, but it will dry to a lighter tone. My treatment for the roof is pretty similar to that of the deck. I'll bring out some of the shingle's edges by dry brushing with a light gray, and then also tone that down with a wash of black for a more subtle look. I'd like to add a bit more color to the top, so these roof caps will be painted brown. I'll add green also, so that hopefully it takes on the appearance of weathered copper. The green and brown also tie in nicely with the deck and the siding on the building below. For the window frames, I decided to spray them a light gray instead of white. I think the white would have just stood out way too much. Originally, this was part of a box for something, which I saved, and I'll cut out a few strips to use as glass in my windows. In the future, I may add some window shades, but for now, I'll just hold this in place with hot glue. My grandparents' house was covered in cedar shingles, and the cool thing about that is that wood will absorb stain at different rates. So some areas end up being lighter and some darker. On an interesting side note, Grandma and Grandpa's house was green too. Did I choose that color subconsciously? Who knows? But now I'm thinking about them. And that's always a good thing. I used my MacBook and a program called Pages to design these graphics. I printed them to white inkjet decal paper and sealed them with a clear matte spray. After I install them to the rooftop signs, I'll add a few washes and some weathering so that they look just a little bit older. In real life, the white areas on the shingles could be from the chalky white paint of the sign's frame, but I prefer to think of them as bird droppings, which is funnier to me on a sign that translates to eagle's nest. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.